Right, so if you want to create a killer online course, I've got something to show you that I'm pretty sure no one else is going to show you. It's something that we discovered by accident on how you can actually create a course that knocks it out of the park. Now, full context here, I've got over 5 online courses. Some of them are monthly subscription now. Some of them are like one-time fee, or you can pay over like 2 or 3 months. And these courses have all blown up and knocked it out of the park. We've actually done over $7 million in the last 4 years. You can actually see here, like this is a screenshot of my Kartra account, and we haven't run any ads. We've done this kind of in a unique way, and I've got a couple of those 2 Comma Club awards. I'm looking to get my 2 Comma Club X award, which is like the one where you get when you do $10 million. Like, I would never have dreamed of it. So I'm going to show you the right way to actually build an online course. In fact, when you kind of put it together the way I'm going to show you, it will kind of create itself. And it's going to create itself in a way that's going to work and get people results. And that is how a course blows up. Everybody talks about it. People want to work with you. People want to promote it. People want to, like, it just kind of like, it's a snowball effect. But if you don't set up an online course that people want or will ever talk about, it's not going to work. And also, you won't even know how to sell it, right? So, I mean, obviously, as a result of this, I've actually got asked to speak on stages around the world. And I don't do very much of it, to be honest with you, because I don't like public speaking. It's not my favourite thing. And that's kind of weird because everybody wants to be a public speaker. But my ego's okay. I don't need to do this all the time. But I actually do get asked to speak, and occasionally I do it. But you can actually see as well that, I've got a very small YouTube channel. I've done this all with my YouTube channel, right? And it's really cool. So we just put up videos helping people, and then we put links to our courses. And then eventually I created a webinar, and, things kicked off. So I'll give you some backstory context, and I'll show you how to do it. So what I noticed a few years ago was, like, you could get videos on the front page of Google in this carousel, and now it's in the 4-pack. And I started basically using some techniques that I'd learned and applying them, and then learning my own techniques to get them on the front page and keep them there. And this is what we're able to do. We can do this with any type of product or service on the front page of Google, on YouTube. Really, really cool. But at the time, obviously, I didn't have any courses, so I was just basically promoting other people's. I was just putting them on the front page. Anything that was coming up, anything that was launching, I would just put them on the front page, and we would clean up. And, we would actually get in leaderboards, right? So you can see here, this product here, ClickFunnels, this was a launch 18 months ago. Just put some videos up and then landed 7th on the leaderboard, did $125,000 in sales and 997 sales in just 10 days, right? Literally just putting stuff on the front page of Google and YouTube, right? So as I was discovering this, I noticed that I started getting in lots of different leaderboards. These are for like Kartra, Webinar Jam, Ever Webinar. These are products in my industry that I was promoting and getting in these leaderboards. There's another one I got in the leaderboard, number 4, right? So I started to think about this, and I was like, I can remember, like, I was chatting to one of my friends. It was like, you should be showing people how to do this because you can crush it, but people would really want to learn from you. And the weird thing is, you only need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead, and you can kind of start working as a private consultant, right? Now, what I didn't realize at the time when I was doing this is that this is the way to build an online course. You start working with people, they get results. Obviously, you're going to get a testimonial, which really helps you to promote the course. But first thing at first is that when you start working with people, right, you get on a call with them and they say, right, what do you need, right? And it's like, oh, okay. So for my process, it was like, what do you need? Well, you need to set up a YouTube channel. Okay, train me on that. So I train them on that. And then what's the next thing? Well, you need to basically optimize your YouTube channel. Okay, train me on that. So I train them on that. What's the next thing? Well, we need to create some videos. No, we need to choose a product. So we need to choose a product. Right, okay, well, how do I do that? So I chose, gave them some resources. Like, okay, this is how you choose a product, right? Now you can see what I'm doing here because I'm working one-to-one with a client. And by the way, I charged $15,000. This was a deposit. And this was the first client here that I ever took on. His name was Todd. And this was the 7th of September 2018. So I'd been doing affiliate marketing for about 6 months to a year. I was getting in the leaderboards, and then I just decided to start serving someone one-to-one. And I charged $15,000 for this service. I gave him a guarantee that if it didn't work, I'd give him all his money back because obviously I'd never done it before. I'd never shown anyone this process. But obviously, as I was on the calls with him, and bearing in mind, like, he hired me for, I think it was for 12 weeks, I was all in. I was like, I'm going to show you how to do this. And every time I was doing it, I was making a note of everything in the order that he needed to know what it was, right? And what I would do, I was kind of like thinking quite smart, thinking ahead a little bit here, was that I knew that the next guy that was going to hire me was going to ask the same things. So I thought, well, if I create videos, the next person, I can give them the videos, right? So it's not an online course. I'm just basically hopping on a call, going through the process, go and watch these videos and get set up. Then hop on another call, right? So I was doing that. And then I carried on doing this with like literally, I think about 4 to 6 clients over the next couple of months. And Todd actually gave me a testimonial after 2 weeks. It was blown away. He got, I think it was like 17 top listings on the front page of Google and YouTube. And he got 1,500 targeted views. He chose a really, really like hard to rank affiliate product and knocked it out the park, right? And then he left me this testimonial. And I used that obviously with the next client. And then he gave me a testimonial, the next person that hired me. And what happened within, like, if you actually notice here, right, this was the first client I ever worked with. This was a deposit he paid me, right? I've obviously blocked out some like sensitive data, right? Now, I only just worked this out the other day because someone asked me, like, how long did it take you from this process to actually starting to have an online course? And what happened was that after about 4 to 6 clients, I had all the videos created. And then what started to happen is as I was serving these customers, we were no longer training on the calls. What we were actually doing was goal setting, right? So I would basically show up and I'd say, right, we've got this, and here's the training. And then we'd like, have you done that? Yes. Anything that was unclear? Yes. That video I didn't really understand that. Okay, I'll go and recreate it, right? Now you think about that. As you're doing this course, instead of going and creating an online course and not really knowing what to put in it or where to go, you're creating it based on your customers' needs. And I had all the courses, and all I actually did was to make it into an online course. I actually just added module headers. So like module 1, and then I would do like a video explaining what was in module 1, module 2, a video, and then I would do like an overview video at the start, put them all into modules, decide how long each one was going to take. And I already knew that because I've been working with the customers, right? This took me 8 weeks for me to launch my first course. In fact, less than 8 weeks, right? It's actually less than 2 months. So 7th of September to the 3rd of November, I released the very first version of my very first online course, which was called Affiliate Tube Success. It's now called Affiliate Tube Success Academy. It was called Affiliate Tube Success Premium initially, and then I changed it. And I sold it for $997. I can remember I did, I literally just hopped on a call with my audience. I did a kind of pretty lame webinar. And I said, look, this is what's been happening. I've been helping people with this. These are the testimonials. Here's the price. If you want in, you do it. And I think we got like 8 to 10 people purchase, which blew me away. And this was the very first person who purchased. His name was David. And I literally hit him up and I was like, can I just ask you like why you purchased? And he said, no brainer, right? And I was like, I just on cloud 9, and I'd created an online course, right? And then I went to put together, I worked on my webinar, and every time I was running the webinar, I was using case studies, I was using everything that I'd already done. And this is the way you want to be thinking about creating an online course, because it's going to create itself. So and if you actually go back to the days of like some of the big marketers, they'll tell you that this is how they built them, right? But now you're finding all these other places where they're saying, go and build an online course like this. But you don't know, like if you've never built one, right? First of all, you don't know if you're going to be any good. Secondly, you really don't know what order to put it in. You have an idea, but when you're working one-to-one with a customer, you're going to put it in the right order. You're going to get the testimonials. All the resources that you're going to create and need are going into that. And all of the marketing tools that you're going to need to create it are going to come out of you creating that course. Because right now, all you know is that you have a super skill and you know how to teach someone, right? And that person's going to come on and you'll work with them, and then you'll build the online course. So you see how that works, right? Really, really powerful. This is the way to build an online course, right? And I made a mistake here, right? There's something that I did here that I would never do, right? I actually went from this to this, and there was a process in the middle that I should have done. What I would like you to do, actually, if you want to find out more about this, if you want to understand what this process is, go to tube.client.com, what I'm doing right now is I've never ever shown this to anyone before, but I'm going to basically give you access to a training on how to work part-time hours, actually how to start your job as a consultant, and then you can transition into the online course, right? And you can do the stage that I missed out, which is really, really profitable, and it allows you to work less, right? But you can start off by just working with 2 clients per month, and this will earn you $120,000 a year when you set it up the way we go through, right? And this is what working once, obviously there's some hard work up front, but once you've set it up, that's basically 10 hours per month for $120,000 per year. So if that sounds exciting, go to tubeclient.com, right? And there is a waiting list at the moment, but depending on when you land on this video, go there now and you'll be able to sign up. And what I would recommend as well, there's a video above here. I'd go and watch that right now because we're going to go a little bit deeper on this process.